Hello. Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while. The ending of Eurovision 2024 was rough. Um, as it was probably for a lot of fans. So yeah, it kind of died down. Like I just didn't want to make any more content in regards to that. And on the flip side, I had struggles diving into the new season. So generally, I've listened to most of the entries selected so far once. Um, Other than that, I'm not very into it. But let's see the energies for Eurovision year 2025. Last year we had New Era. We have this year. All right. So obviously I don't have the box here, but this is my new deck. It is astrology related. I think it's the only deck astrology related. I have Mayan Astro, but that's different. So we got number 42. I don't know if that means anything. And it's I already forgot what the word was, but yeah, it's Alpha Centauri. So obviously I did this in the same order I will do it now. So I already forgot what's the first thing I did. I can show you this little thing. That's what I'm using. It's in German because I bought it in a German-speaking country, so that's why. Number so Alpha Centauri represents power. It's supposed to be like a bright star visible from Earth. And here it says that the power is essentially the opposition for fear. I don't know why there's so much fear mentioned, because the opposite of fear is love, but apparently power is what will give you, will overcome your, help you overcome your fears. It is only about that. So the fox on the right is number 30, and it is generosity. I don't know how this card is generosity though. So the fox is, I don't know if it's the same like it is in German, but like it's a constellation. It might be something else. I am phasing out of existence. But it's something between wisdom and luck. And it's about teamwork. And you should help people. Like if you have the ability, you should help people. That's what this card represents. But the card is really dark. Like this one is definitely giving power, but this one is not giving power. It's kind of giving the opposite. Even the fox, like, I don't know if you can see, but like the fox has caught some prey, right? I think it's a duck. Not sure. My hair. I'm pretty sure that's a duck. But the fox doesn't look like proud of itself. It's like, I'm doing this to survive. It's not doing it to be evil or try to prove anything. Like, okay. Anything else? Anyway, this card is generally about generosity. Of like how your generosity will be repaid tenfold. I don't know if tenfold, but like it will be repaid more than 1-to-1. Okay, the next two cards are from another astrology related deck. This is Maya Astro cards. And we have, wait, I got this one first. this is lunar eclipse, and this is yellow seeds. So, solar eclipse. Oh, you can't see it. I will remove myself. Alright. So, solar eclipse is. Wait. Lunar eclipse means that the Earth is between the sun and moon, which means decision or like. The sun represents usually the masculine, the moon represents the feminine. It's being between the two energies or in between two decisions. There's a decision to be made. However, yellow salmon is yellow seeds. That one is, but they're both like circles and stuff. That's interesting. And then we have a moon that's also a circle. Maybe that has a meaning. And then there's around Alpha Centauri, around center, is some sort of a swirling energy. So there's something to it. Anyway, the seeds are about prosperity. Just imagine what a seed means, right? The seed is a tiny little thing and it needs a little bit of water and it can sprout a plant. Obviously, the bigger the plant is, the more it needs, but like all the information that is needed is in a tiny little seed to create something bigger. And that also goes, I guess, for everything else. Also, the animals come from seed, technically, and bone cells divide and become something magical, something big. So this card represents seed power, growth, wealth, harvest, abundance, development, and light after the darkness. All right, that was quick. Now we're moving on to the Citadel. This one's actually in English. The Citadel. And the cards that I got was the Hare and the Hound. These cards are not only starting with the same letter, but they're also in the book next to each other. And I've never gotten either of them. So the Hare says it's an unseen potential and hesitation. So as you can imagine, the Hare is someone who knows that will become a leader someday, but they are not that leader until one day it becomes the reality and they have to deal with a lot of pressure. And it was so much easier to just be the heir and not actually be the king, for example. So it's also the card about decisions, and it ties well into the lunar eclipse. The Hound, however, is about loyalty, chains, and promises. So the Hound, as you can imagine, is technically a dog, and the dog is not free. You know, they will get food, but they are not free. They have an owner. They are loyal to that owner, and it's essentially they're trapped. Okay, let's see what the book says. I already forgot. The Hound is just like waiting for orders, right? They're not making their own decisions. It's like being pulled on a leash. I'm slowly reading. I don't want to like read the whole thing because it's rather a lot, but if you want to pause and read it, I don't know if it's visible. This is the card I used to mark. It's nothing important, but it is the Hound, however. I don't know if this is legible. I do not do reversals, but I also can give you the other one. It's only a page. Can't do it. Okay, I'll remove it like so. You can pause and read if you want. Also, these cards are so pretty. Oh, you can't see that. They're really shiny. Also, the edges are shiny. They're like hollow. It's kind of illegal how pretty some cards are. Look at that. Okay, so this is not a real candle. I hope you don't think that it is. I would never. I could never. Okay, then we have only 2 more cards left. I mean, that's plenty of cards. We have the Hermit that we had there already. Other Hermit and 7 of Cups. This deck is Tarot of the Divine, and it's also in English. So I can read it to you. Okay, we start with the Hermit. The Hermit is Druid and the White Stag. Ireland. Hermit represents solitude and leaving responsibilities behind to focus inward. In the Celtic myth, a elusive white stag encourages people to drop everything and pursue meditation. Wait, I can read. Pursue spirituality. Upright is meditation, but we received it in reverse, so it's recklessness, hastiness, avoidance, loneliness, and rejection. See, I look away for a second and I lose my row, and then I say something nonsensical. Okay. We have 7 of Cups. Aladdin, Persia. I don't know why it's not focused. Arabic folktale, the 7 of Cups shows Aladdin standing before a myriad of fantastical dreams. It's impossible for him to pursue them all, and it is reported he makes his decision wisely and quickly. And is upright, daydreaming, fantasy decisions, wishful thinking, and procrastination. You can also check what 7 means. It says a desire and re-evaluation. And Cups is spirituality, water, emotion, and feelings. Okay, now we have looked up the meaning for the cards. I have interpreted them the way I understand them. When I was thinking of making this video, every time I thought of it, I got the word retrograde. So even if the last edition was in 2024 was considered to be, you know, like a new era, now it's not like we're continuing this new era. We're slightly like taking a step back, and like, yes, some people are still going new era, or some countries and some entries, but a lot of them are taking a step back, and this was too much. We were trying to ride the wave, but we are backpedaling. We cannot deal with this. So that's why I'm seeing retrograde. It just seems like it's going backwards, and it kind of maybe is going backwards. I guess I could have looked some meanings of retrograde. But that's my info that I got without actually doing any readings. As far as this goes, there's a lot of potential. Especially this side. This side is a lot of potential. Like, there's so many options. There's so many good things that can happen, but he cannot do all of them. And also this, I don't know if you can see, there's like little dots. There's just so many seeds, but you can't plant them all. Like, imagine planting every single seed that exists in the world. Like, it's not gonna happen. It's just realizing that we have this potential that we can make use of, and it can be frustrating. You know, this is like the decision. Like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna pick light, or are you gonna pick dark? Are you gonna pick sun or the moon? Are you gonna pick feminine or the masculine? It's always, this world is built on duality. We wouldn't recognize one without the other, and it's frustrating this way. But also, all the first half of the cards, like all 4 of them, had circles and stuff like that, and so maybe there's a connection there. I like kind of this area. This is like the dog being like just pulled on the leash. Like, you have so many options, so much opportunity, and yet you're being pulled around on the leash. I feel like, hmm, what does this entail into? Maybe like that this year is just, I don't know, like energy. I'm trying to get some answer without the cards. Damn, I'm sorry if you heard that. My phone got a notification. Yeah, look at this is the crown. There's the potential, you know? There is the potential. It says it's unseen. There's a lot of potential. Mm. Like, I see the side as like generosity, abundance, potential. This is slightly tying it back. If I switch these, this would be perfect. And then the stag is kind of similar to the centaur. Centaur? I don't know how it's pronounced. Bro, there's too many English accents. Um, this I just see either being balanced between like masculine and feminine, sort of something like that, or you know, just having to make a decision or pick a side. You can't have it all. Power and then generosity. I'm not gonna lie, this generosity card is really weird. I wouldn't imagine like a fox catching a duck, carrying it in its mouth, and that be the generosity card. That's wild to me. There's a man also on the. Is he carrying a bow? I don't understand. Is he hunting the duck and then the fox got it? Or like is he hunting the fox now? What is happening? I am so confused um, by the card itself. That's a woman in the center. So. I don't think I've ever seen one. I think it's usually portrayed as a man. Yeah, tell me what you think if you have some Oracle or some tarot cards. What you got? I'm actually interested. And feel free to interpret these cards yourselves. Um, I'm excited to hear what you think. My downfall with this is that I usually just sort of think of my question and the cards themselves, and I don't look at the bigger picture. Like last year, I did the energies behind every single entry, and then I was like, oh yeah, but obviously the lyrics is about that. But I wasn't focusing on lyrics; I was just reading the cards. So there, that's about it. Yeah. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't really know how to describe this. Like last year was so clearly a new era. Like it was just innovation, and now this one is just kind of like let's step back and regrow, like rebuild. Maybe something like that. Especially after what happened. I assume that's. Anyway, tell me what you think this means until next year, and see you. Bye bye.